Hello and welcome to a brand new edition of Global We magazine. My name is Valerie Viven and I'm your amazing host for today. Global We is a collective of people who are doing amazing things, leading amazing initiatives in their communities to shape the society they want, to influence society, and to push forward the perspectives that they desire. In our show, we invite people who carry the same kind of act, the same kind of project in their communities, leading their narratives and pushing forward change in every possible way. The importance of empowerment in the diversity discourse, in migration discourse, is always very important and cannot not be undermined. In our show today, we bring in Indira. Indira leads an open space sewing workshop where she seeks to empower people, especially people with migration background or backgrounds that are not the most privileged. Hello, Indira, and welcome to the show today.
Hello.
How do you feel?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing amazing too. Do you want to clearly highlight to us what your project does? Like, what are your primary targets? What are the activities involved?
Yeah. So, in our open sewing workshop, as you already said, it's a space for kids and also for grown-ups to be creative, to sew and to develop skills. And it's a safe space. It's a space where freedom is accepted and where, own ideas can be shaped. And I then support how these ideas can be realized.
That's amazing. Sometimes when I listen to all these amazing projects which people do, because I'm hosting the Global We magazine show, I have a chance to see so many of them. I always wonder, where do these good ideas come from? What inspired you to start this project?
My main inspiration was when I was traveling through Asia, and there I realized, even though I have also an Asian background, I don't speak any Asian languages. And when I worked there and got in touch with kids and also with adults, I realized how creativity and arts and crafts, all kind of ways, drawing, whatever, can be a great way to have a connection to people where language barriers don't matter, because you have this great tool of creativity, of creating something together which is fun and playful, and to get into communication with people. And I really wanted to keep on doing that. And so I started this project at Joliba.
That's truly inspirational. Um, you've just told me backstage that there are different aspects, phases, and impacts of your workshops. Do you want to highlight them again for our lovely audience?
Yeah. So one of the aspects is, I think, definitely the social aspect, because when we meet in our workshops, it's everybody is gaining skills for themselves, but it's also in a group of many other people, and it's outside of the school or the family or the workspace. So it's a social network that's just created by themselves, which I think is great and important. And also the intercultural aspect, I think, is also awesome and also important, because it's kids or people from so many different backgrounds, so many different countries, languages, but they all come together and then we all sit at one table and we all work on one project or do one thing. I think that's really cool.
Dear audience, let me invite you all to Dear audience, let me invite you now to take a moment to view this clip that highlights some of the work that Indira does at Joliba FH in her sewing space.
Ich arbeite hier bei Joliba seit circa 2 Monaten und ich Nähen und Stoffe und Schneidern begleitet mich schon mein ganzes Leben. Schon meine Mutter und meine Großmutter sind Schneiderinnen und es wurde mir quasi in die Wiege gelegt. Und nach meiner eigenen Ausbildung, nach meiner Modedesign-Ausbildung, wollte ich was Sinnvolles machen und was mir Spaß macht. Und dann habe ich Joliba gefunden und habe mitbekommen, dass es hier eine Werkstatt gibt, die gerade nicht betätigt wird. Und habe die ganz tolle Anfrage bekommen, ob ich das machen möchte. Und dann habe ich mich sehr, sehr gefreut und freue mich jetzt, hier zu sein und was von meinem Wissen weiterzugeben. Und ja, hier ganz vielen tollen Menschen Nähen beizubringen und ihnen die Möglichkeit zu geben, sich kreativ auszuleben und Kreativität in ihnen zu entdecken und ja, was Gehaltvolles zu machen in ihrer Freizeit als Hobby. We're gonna measure the straps here to see that we can fit them up here. Here. This one. And you can just see how long you want to have it so that it fits you in your individual style. And then you can trace it here on fabric.
I did fashion designing in high school, but then I didn't remember anything because I finished high school a while ago. So I came back here to kind of refresh my memory of, so what we started doing here were bags. Actually, in high school, what we did were different things. So when you get to the end of it, you also close it by pulling in. So I chose the colors because of my reggae artist, the fact that I'm an artist. But I always wanted to further my sewing, and when I came here 3 weeks ago, I wasn't even able to string the machine because I had forgotten. I did it. I was really good in school, but then after school, I just didn't touch it. So after I came here and I saw this place and they said, yeah, they're teaching clothing and designing and whatever, then I thought, okay, let me join because it's a skill that one can always use. Sewing is a beautiful skill, and I was happy to have found it because, so it's not only, but the choosing of color is because of the reggae and the music. I would have chosen also African color for stage because Jamaican artists, they're right now wearing a lot of African colors. So if this wasn't there, I would have chosen another African fabric, definitely.
Also ich bin mit der Hand jetzt fertig.
Wow,
Also
sieht mega gut aus.
ich bin hier schon 3 bis 4 Wochen oder so und also ich finde die Arbeit hier ganz schön mit Indira. Ist eigentlich recht entspannt. Halt, sie ist recht hilfreich und erklärt einen gern auch Sachen zweimal. Und ja, eigentlich finde ich es ganz toll hier. Ich hoffe, ich werde es dann noch weiter verwenden. Aber ich meine, man kann ja immer wieder noch hier in die Nähwerkstatt kommen, wenn man irgendwas zu nähen hat. Keine Ahnung, vielleicht kann ich meine Kleidung länger verwenden, weil ich sie dann wieder reparieren kann oder sowas. Ich glaube, das ist einfach so eine Fähigkeit, die es halt nützlich ist zu haben, aber man weiß nicht unbedingt, wo und wann man das anwendet.
Marie und Noël sind seit ungefähr 3 Wochen hier, oder? In der Werkstatt? Genau, seit ungefähr 3 Wochen. Ich liebe die Arbeit mit den beiden. Es macht mir ganz, ganz große Freude zu sehen, wie schnell und gut sie sich weiterentwickeln, wie schnell sie das alles aufnehmen, was ich ihnen erkläre, sind wirklich totale Traumteilnehmer, die beiden. Ja, macht mir ganz, ganz viel Spaß zu sehen, auch mit ihren eigenen Ideen, weil sie ja beide ihre eigenen Ideen haben und ihre eigenen Visionen, was sie gerne hier machen würden. Und ich unterstütze sie eigentlich nur dabei. und gebe so meinen fachlichen Input dazu, aber die Ideen, die Kreativität kommt alles von den beiden selber und das finde ich total spannend.
Welcome back. Indira, it's an amazing project you've mentioned there, and I love the things you're saying. I only imagine that there must be so many things that you like to go home to, that you would like to think about, you know. What are some of the best moments that you encounter in your project?
What I really love to see in my work there is, especially when kids, when they have the opportunity to develop own ideas and they realize that their ideas have a value. And when I see how proud they are and that they feel that they can really realize these ideas and that they can produce or do something with their own hands, with their own mindset, and it doesn't matter if they're good at school or if they have money, it's something completely different. And when I see how that sparks in them and how they're proud and they can bring it home, and yeah, that makes me very happy.
This truly makes me to accept the famous statement that service to humanity is the greatest work of life. But even in the service to humanity, which is the greatest work of life, there come challenges and difficulties. What are some of the major challenges you encounter in your work?
There's two things that come in my mind that challenge me during the workshops. So one is that I would like to equally give my attention to all the participants, which, especially when it's bigger groups, can be quite hard, because some, in the example of kids, for example, when I did a cooperation with the movie workshop at Joliba, where we did costumes for the movies that the kids did, of course, they're all so different, and some of them are louder, and it's easier for them to ask for help if they need my support, and some of them are more quiet, and I would like to, equally support them all. So that's something sometimes where I have to remind myself to see them all and give them all the attention that I would like them to have. And then, of course, also the different backgrounds that the kids come from. Sometimes it's also different languages, and then it's the communication. But it's also awesome to see, because mostly they really deal with it themselves. And because it's such a safe environment at Joliba and the workspace, I feel that even if there's communicational differences, that they mostly manage by themselves to solve it.
Okay.
But I try to keep an eye on that too.
Thank you very much. It's also peaceful the way you say all of this. We're running out of time. Do you really have some last hard, lovely words you want to tell our audience out there?
I would really love to see this project going on for hopefully a long time, and also to see more projects that are like this, that empower people, especially young people, in their diversity, and that show that creativity can be a great tool to bring all different kind of people together at one table and to create wonderful things.
Thank you very much, Indira. It's really lovely that your work is a blend of creativity, inspiration, and mixing it into our global world, which we have now, to achieve really the kind of world we want to know. Thank you very much that you took out time to share this wonderful thoughts of yours with us, this wonderful information with us. I think on behalf of our audience, thank you.
Thank you too.
And that's why we call it a wrap again today for this edition of Global We Magazine. We're very grateful, you audience, that you keep being there and you keep watching our show. Please kindly keep sharing through your various social media links, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, what have you. The link is right there below it. And we're grateful to the production crew and everyone around this show who supports it in one way or another. Until next time when we come your way again, stay strong and healthy.